again, guys. We're back again. The Three Bass Monkeys. A short one this week. Well, shortish. As we mentioned last time we were on, Steve has been a roaming reporter. And he got in touch with his fellow bass colleagues at Northop. So we'll play that now.
So, a good afternoon. We're actually in the Northop bandroom, which is actually looking resplendent because they're setting up for a concert this evening with their band. I'm here with John Williams and Andrew MacDonald.
Yes. Hello. Good afternoon.
So, just have a general chat about banding in general. Great result the weekend with the areas.
Yes.
Great to see Northop back in the top section.
Yes, we were very pleased. It was nice to get back be playing back in the championship section, and it was so fourth was a good result. It was I think a lot of bands are across the country. It was a deceptively difficult test piece, diversions by Derek Bourgeois, and it didn't appear that difficult on the page when we first took it out, but it was really quite a demanding piece, and so yes.
Good, great to see fourth in a very strong field with
and interesting, of course, with it was sort of the first time that the pre-qualifiers for the Albert Hall had been reduced, and Corey was the first to fall into the trap. I think.
Yes, indeed, with their fourth place and fourth in the finals, and I think it's 99 was the last time, wasn't it?
It's a long time.
They haven't been there. What was it now? Just the first two or first three go through?
It's the top three from the finals.
From the finals, and
get a bye.
Yes.
So the top three, so first, second, and third in the finals, get a bye for the next year.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It had gone up to 4 gradually, and then it's come back down to 3. So they're trying 3.
And we've been very strong. It was relatively. There was always at least 3 bands would go from Wales.
Yes.
How many was in your section?
It was 8 or 9.
There was 8.
8 was it?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Fluid Coyd actually from being in a very strong position, weren't competition at all.
They pulled out of competitions altogether, which is sad to see. But it's a tough old place to be, isn't it, at the minute with banding and finances?
How old was this piece when you played? Was it? It wasn't like the new one, was it? As such.
No, it's from the 80s.
From the 80s, yeah. That's not bad then.
Bourgeois,
All right.
And, but it was deceptively.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good stuff. So, if we go on to what we usually ask everybody, we've got some questions that we usually go through.
Okay.
So, put the spotlight on you both now. Right.
Mine would be quite quick, mine.
Is that because you can't remember?
I didn't do much.
So when did you start playing?
I think I started playing when I was 7, 7 or 8, in the primary school in Northop.
Okay.
I think it was a cornet I started off with. You were there then? You'd finished then, had you? John?
I think I'd already gone secondary.
Just gone secondary school.
Yeah. Well, I think we started in a fairly similar way, because the common denominator, as for many players at the time in Northop, was Des Marsh.
Yes, it.
Yeah.
And he certainly started with me, and we were only saying the other day. Recently, it was quite strange because Des actually came to our house, picked me up, chauffeur almost,
Wow,
took me to his house.
Oh, okay.
Wouldn't happen today, would it?
No.
And into Des's kitchen.
That's it.
Well-tried, trodden path, and he tried you out and gave you an instrument. Have a blow on this young man.
Let's see how you can play it.
And then proceeded to show us how to take the valves out and spit on them if they were sticky.
Absolutely, yes. Precursor to valve oil.
Time-honoured manner.
Put down it, lad.
And so that was it, and yes, it was. And I know lots of players before me and lots of players since who were really indebted to Des, who started endless players off in that generation.
He did. Yeah.
And that was obviously lots of players then progressed.
Yeah.
Into
First thing he said, first thing to me, just blow it.
Yeah.
So you can get a note out of it.
Yeah.
That'll do, he said. Right.
Yeah.
And he told you the C scale.
Yes.
And you slowly went through the C scale, that was it.
I'm sure a lot of Steve's experience in Flint would be the same as you, the
Yes.
character who started off.
We had Tommy Owens who very similar
Yes.
was that character, and also somebody with the foresight to think of what to play as well. One of the biggest things we had was he got a soprano or a bass trombone, things like that.
Yes.
A flugel player.
Yes.
He started all them off as well, which was really
Quite
very clever,
Yeah,
really,
it was,
because he covered all the corners as we progressed.
Yeah.
But them sort of instruments people don't want, do they?
No.
You've your corner spots in bands, aren't they?
Yeah. So so it was more through school, more through Des Marsham's school, and then I suppose the two come together, don't they? Usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
So what did you start on? A cornet?
Cornet I started on for so long, and then I went on to horn. Yeah, played horn for quite a bit.
Yeah.
Junior band.
Yeah.
And I honestly don't know how I went on to E flat.
Just a mistake, was it?
I'm guessing I just must have asked, can I try that instrument?
Yeah.
Unless I wasn't getting anywhere with the horn, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. I think
It could be a little
Des-
bit more technical than I could do.
I think Des did move people around if he thought they were better suited to bigger embouchure and things.
Yes.
The game was the point, isn't it?
I'm guessing there might be more horn players in the band, junior band at the
so-
time when they were
Yeah,
short.
I suppose. Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
A plethora of players in one sort of spot, isn't it?
I fancied a bigger instrument. And I went the E flat then.
Yeah.
And the rest is history, as they
Yes,
say.
it is.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know I started on baritone for a week, I think, before I went on
When you
bass.
baritone.
Yeah. I had a baritone for a week, and then Tommy Owens found me a bass. And I've said this story before. It was my dad was in the Guards. So
Right. Yes.
It was, here's a dirty old bass. Your dad can clean this. So I used to have one about a month for about 6 months. I had a better
nice.
bass every month, which was just to get them all cleaned and
Completed
oiled up and
the entire staff of the band.
yes. We went through the whole, every instrument we had was getting a bit of a service that way. So I suppose really we've covered where you started and how you progressed in that way, and you both have stayed in Northop, really, haven't you?
Yeah.
You never went.
No.
Like a lot of other people we spoke to have been in 3 or 4 bands, or they've gone away with work, or joined the army and things, and so they've got a bit of more that way.
I must admit, I never thought of going to another band.
No.
It was Northop and that was it.
Yeah. Yes. And John's still playing for Northop.
Yeah.
Great to see.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yes,
Yes.
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 So how many years did you play for? That's the other one. Roughly now.
Well, I'm in the photos 94.
Yes.
When I finished, as I said last time, we went for a pint, wasn't it? It was one of the old pieces in Blackpool.
Yeah, it was a spring festival, wasn't it? Might it have been Tournament for Brass?
Might have been.
It might have been.
I
Yeah.
think it could well have been.
I don't think we played all right, but we were quite low down, weren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a few years where we couldn't get out of that
No.
Spanish hall, could we?
No.
We seemed to be stuck in there, didn't
Yeah.
we?
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So
I mean,
whatever year that was,
yeah.
that's when I finished.
I think the band had well, we were sort of a little bit challenged for players at the
Yes,
time,
we
weren't
were,
we?
yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
inevitably where you are.
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Around, doesn't it?
Yeah. But
Yeah.
so that must have been was that 94? You say so? You started playing in about what 70? Something like that, 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah, about 1970. Yeah. So say 1970.
It's 25 years, like, isn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, quite a long time, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
In life, when you're looking back, you think it's quite quick, but it's a good old long time.
Yeah.
So just thinking of music and things, have you got a favourite piece, or test piece, or piece of music, or something you used to
I haven't got a famous piece,
favourite?
but I've got quite a few pieces I like.
Yeah.
Journey to Freedom,
Oh, yes.
Spectrum.
Classic.
Yes.
What was the other show, John? You told me in the picture.
Oh yeah.
Corsair.
The Corsair.
Oh, wow, that was a good one.
Berlioz.
Aye.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did that with when Graham was taking us once, didn't we? It was an entertainment contest.
Yeah.
That's the time when your water key got stuck. I remember. the air was blue at the back of the band in the middle of the course.
I remember that.
I remember that. Yeah.
You fine?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. Your water key got stuck, and you were hurling abuse at us all. Yeah.
I can't remember that.
Oh, yeah.
I'll trust you in that one.
Yeah, the air was blue. Yeah. How about you, John?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think I was musing over this the other day, really, and if it were test pieces, because they probably was, probably the two that still stick in the mind are English Heritage, George Lloyd, which was when we started we playing that, we had some good results on it. It just seemed as if it was a different level, you know, when actually started playing that, the sort of sound and the way it was put together. So that was, and we've played it on a few sort of different occasions, and it always makes a great challenge. And the other one, which I like, and I think it always seems very, even by today's standards, very modern, is Cloudcatcher by McCabe. You know, it's a fabulous piece. And, not used that often these days now, but it is a great piece.
Yes, some cracking ones there,
Yeah.
Yeah, and the band's done well on them as well, and they at times, you know, that's the good thing. When you remember the good performances or the good results sometimes, don't you think, well, that was a good one, and it does build on it all.
What about yours? Which ones do you want?
I think I went with Journey into Freedom. Yeah. Just
that was a great piece, isn't it?
You know, as the whole
it's
thing
got some
the
nice
piece,
music
you know,
in it, I think.
And the other one, I suppose, contesting was contest venues, good ones or bad ones, and
I think maybe the bad ones would be interesting, wouldn't
it? The good one, because like there's been some playing in Blackpool is always a good one, isn't it? But it can be good and bad depending which hall you're in.
Some of the
the ballroom to the Spanish Hall, you know,
big difference.
differences.
I suppose the one I like was Preston. Playing there.
Guildhall, Preston.
Guildhall was a good one.
I quite like that place.
I think undoubtedly my favourite, which we've experienced the last few years, is Birmingham Symphony Hall.
Yeah, that's another level again, isn't it?
Fabulous. The acoustic in it is absolutely wonderful. Well, and the comparison, say, with the Albert Hall, which is fabulous because it's so iconic and you come up the stage and things. But it is sort of cavernous, isn't it?
Yes.
And it's difficult to hear things, whereas playing at the Symphony Hall really is. It's a great acoustic to play on, and a fabulous hall to listen in as well. But I do think that is an interesting point you said about some of the less salubrious halls. I seem to recall, which seemed perfectly normal at the time, but going to Pontins, Southport. In the Easter time.
It was Easter, wasn't it, for the 4 sections?
And there's a few ropey halls there, I have to say, but.
And then if you were really lucky, you went to Prestatyn, didn't you?
Exactly. It got even better.
In the back end of the year, you had a day out to Prestatyn. Can't beat it.
A windswept day in Prestatyn.
And I suppose, talking about music again, is have you got a favourite solo? Maybe not that you've played yourself, or a solo piece of music or anything that we don't get many of them, do we?
No. The only one I had my solo was for the area in the final in Wembley. My little solo. There's not really much solos for
no. I suppose over the years we've had to listen to a lot of soloists playing in front of the band, haven't we? And gone, ooh, that was very nice.
Yes, and I wasn't really interested in it.
No.
I just think of our section. That was it, really.
I think it is fair comment though. When I was thinking about this from the other day, I thought, well, actually, the type of solos I prefer to listen to, whether it's within our own band or if I've gone to a band to listen to them. I don't go to that many these days, but are the slower, more melodic solos. Rather than those which tend to be a bit florid and flying around, and you do something like that. Euphonium Soul from the Armed Man or something.
Yes.
Absolutely fabulous. Isn't
Fabulous
it?
music, yeah.
Yeah.
Playing, yeah.
And I do think that, of course, the other thing is, maybe from our perspective, particularly in the bottom end, is that you often various conductors who come to the band and they have said about the importance of of an accompaniment, not drowning the soloist.
Oh yeah.
And setting it up nicely for the soloist to start with.
Yes.
And it is very true actually, because and if the band is on form and accompanies the solo correctly, it does actually add to a complete performance, doesn't it?
Absolutely, yes. Yes. You can also wreck one, can't you, quite easily? Yes.
Yes.
I think if it's head down and second gear.
Tommy should do some good music, couldn't he, for our band, soloists, Gedge on the euphonium play when we played in the Philharmonic in Liverpool.
Yes, well, yes.
I can't remember pieces, but some of the pieces he did.
Yeah, some
they were
really
nice
good
pieces.
ones, yeah.
Soloists.
Really nice.
Yeah.
So, I suppose the next one really is conductors, a favourite one, and maybe a nemesis of one or two that you've had a few run-ins with, Andrew.
I wouldn't say I liked them, but
No.
the best one I thought, Kevin Bolton.
Yeah?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, Kevin Bolton, what a guy, yeah. And we actually got him back, didn't we, to take us to Blackpool one time, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Great band trainer, I think.
Yeah.
Produced, got a lot of out of the band. Not everybody's cup of tea.
No, he made, for me, he made me feel that I was special.
Yeah.
He brought it out of you.
Yes.
And he
The
made,
best.
Yeah, and he made the band think they were special.
Yeah.
How he took us on stage.
Yes.
And them sort of things. Like I said before, when he went to Preston.
Yeah. Yeah, you said he took you in to the...
They took us
the
the
other
bus.
way, didn't you?
We were back on the bus just to go to the front door to walk up and all that, where before you just walk around the bus stop and walk into the place.
He'd been brought up in that sort of in that back end of that era where there was works bands, wasn't it? And, and he brought that sort of mentality, didn't he?
Yeah.
He was as I say, maybe I'm sure he was a bit of a Marmite figure. People either.
Oh yeah. No, don't get me wrong, I didn't like him, I'll be honest.
No.
I was scared of the bugger, I'll be honest, but
that was the old-fashioned way, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The old-fashioned way was you were scared of.
He made you
whoever
play,
was
and
in
that
the
was
middle,
it. The only trick I found out with him was if you kept looking at him, he used to leave you alone.
Yeah.
Because he knew, you were looking at him.
Yeah.
One of the fundamentals.
I suppose
he was trying to play the part.
I'll have a go at somebody else.
At least I was looking at him, he was looking at me. I thought, well, that was it, like. But he's right.
Yeah. But just looking at the photos on the wall, you've got some top conductors with the band. Just looking over there, we've got Mr. Scott.
Yeah, that's the other one. Would be Scotty.
Yeah.
Yes, I think he when he came, he sparkled, sprinkled a bit of stardust on things, didn't he?
Yeah.
We had a great. I think he was absolutely fabulous, a real gent, and got great things out of the band.
Yes. Yeah.
And because he had a long association, because he first started taking the band, in the late '60s when he was at Camel Air.
Camel Airs, yeah.
And so it was nice to see that sort of association rekindled, really.
Yes.
And then, really, Tom Vees took over from Scott, really.
Yes.
And has had himself now long association.
Yes.
2 or 3.
Yeah.
Well, I think this is probably the third
stint
incarnation.
Yes. Yeah.
And he's, so I think, I'm sure that I probably played under him longer than anybody else.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
No, he's good.
Yeah.
And
yes, and another gentleman.
Nice
to talk to him. Yes.
Some great performances out of the band, and
Oh, definitely.
Yes, nice to see him back.
It is indeed.
Yes.
Yes, it's excellent. Yeah,
excellent stuff.
Hope that continues for many years to come. Really.
So I suppose what we usually hit you with is 3 questions, which we haven't really gone through. Which is the first one is, who is your banding hero?
I haven't got one.
No.
No.
Oh.
Well,
After all this time.
No, I haven't got one.
Right. Well, that's
Yeah.
I was quite. It's quite. I think that was quite easy for me really. It was well. He's no longer with us, unfortunately. Jim Williams.
Oh yes, yeah. Uncle Jim. Yes.
Uncle Jim.
Yes.
He was, as lots of people were stalwarts, but he was very instrumental in taking the band forward. He's a great administrator.
Yes.
Worked tirelessly on the North Wales Committee.
Yes.
In fact, the Welsh Regional Council, former chairman, etc. But also as grassroots, he was well into his late 70s. He'd be here sitting on baritone alongside some young chap. He had about 7 or 8.
Up-and-coming young player.
And he had this sort of way with him of talking to these young children, and so he was fully immersed, and he kept going for a long time, and so I think really for all the influence he had in so many areas, I still think he was one to emulate really.
Plus, he did quite a lot for the North Wales area, didn't he?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, he was a great
pushing the bands and North
great
Wales
administrator.
Yes. Did an awful lot behind the scenes.
If it wasn't for him, I think North Wales wouldn't have been as good as they are.
Yeah.
North and South.
Yeah, there's always building blocks that there's a piece that
very much so.
Funny story with Jim, near the end of his playing career, when he was sitting in with the youth band and training band, he was having problems with his baritone one day, and he was blowing it, and there was nothing coming out really, hardly anything, and he said to me, I think I must have been down with my Rachel, and he said to me, there's something wrong with this instrument, I said, what's up? He said, oh, there's nothing coming out of it. No sound. So I must have nicked my Rachel's mouthpiece and put it in his baritone and blew it. And it nearly exploded, with all the noise, like a... Rah! So anyway, I gave it him back. I said, well, there's nothing wrong with that. And he went straight, quick as a flash. He said, oh, must be the mouthpiece. As ever, it's never the player, is it? No. So yeah, great.
Well, I remember one thing. I don't know who it was, and I can't remember when. But someone did the same sort of thing, couldn't blow properly, and they found that was a little toy. Squashy thing. Had been stuck down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There's been a few occasions.
It's happened
of that.
here somewhere. I can't remember when. It was some time ago. But
well, Andy Pritchard had one of these like a polishing cloth stuck in his double B for ages and didn't know. Because it's only when we were down in Swansea one year, and he had a toot on mine for some reason, and it was just like open to close sound. And Paul Andrews got out in the end with they have looks like a ball bearing for getting the dents out.
Yes.
He put one of them in it and shook it round a few times, and in the end, this polishing cloth popped out. So that had been in for ages. I remember, I remember having half a pork pie, when I played in Flint Band in my bass. We went round Carroll, and we went in one of the clubs. I think it was the rugby club, and they started throwing stuff, like seeing if they could, playing darts almost, see if they could get, whatever down an instrument. So I had a half a pork pie once. So not the greatest ever.
The other one was Wrexham football ground when Wales were playing.
Yes,
and we were marching around, wasn't it? And they threw toilet rolls. I think one on the bell somewhere.
Yeah. So the next one of the 3 questions was, if you could join any band at any time in their history, who would it be? So I struggled with this one because it was...
if I had to go to join a band...
Yes.
And I was a good player.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be Dyke.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just any time, just whenever. Now or 20 years ago when you were playing?
Yeah, when I was playing, yeah.
I think the one I would have chosen was just purely because we were doing quite well ourselves at the time, but I was really enthralled with this band at the time. Would have been Fairies around about the time, I think it was about 94, and they did the double champions. Peter Parks was conducting, and they'd taken, I think they took 3 of the Dyke bass section, didn't they? And joined Sean Crowther, so they were a fine band at the time, you know. And obviously to do the double.
Yeah, it was Jeff Arup and Grezzy and
and the big man himself.
Yes.
So
Jackson. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think that would have been a fine band to be part of, you know.
And it's funny I picked them.
Right.
Yeah, I was umming and ahhing, and I always remember we that year when we played in Cardiff in the Europeans.
Yes, indeed.
And they were playing.
Yes.
And I think we were right in the gods listening to them.
I remember. We were
like, whoa.
Yeah.
Listen to that. You know. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So the last question was, how would you describe brass banding in 3 words? Now we struggled with that ourselves. Yeah. We couldn't get to 3 words. It was sort of 3 snippets of good or bad on. Yeah.
Well, it's more than 3 words, but
what
with brass banding with me, we were all, as I've told you before, we were all born, the lads, all roughly the same time, and we came up together, and we were like a family and a good laugh, and it kept us all together for donkey's years.
Yes.
Where otherwise, I don't know what I'll be doing.
Yeah.
So the band is kept like a family to me.
Yeah.
And I've gone along with it.
Yeah.
Personally, well, that's what I found out with banding with me.
I think it's, I mean, some lines. The fact it's generational, isn't it? That bands have to, and very importantly, start young players off, and they go on their journey, and some go on to achieve great things, and some remain playing, and there's got a concert tonight, which I think we'll start off with the very youngest players, maybe their first concert, and then there'll be a few older ones, myself included, dotted round, just supporting them. So, and it's something you can continue. I mean, I know there's the parallel with sport is very much you can participate in this even into your later years.
Yes.
Not so easy with sport,
yes.
although you can. So I think it's a great thing for bringing, and as they say, a community brass band. It brings all sorts of people in the community together, doesn't it?
I admire a more community band than these other big bands who just buy people in and play.
Yes, well, yes.
Because it's a family with me.
Yeah,
and if they had some link with another band, it is good. But it needs that. We need that triangle, don't we? Really, we need a big foundation of players, even lower than the sort of 4 sections of championship. You all need that grassroots community level of banding to get a few players to start their journey off.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Well, that was the end of our questions, really, and it's really, really good to see you both, and hopefully we'll get that out in a week or 2, and you can have a listen yourselves.
Definitely.
Yes.
Look forward to that.
So thank you, and good luck for this evening with the concert.
Yeah, thank you very much, Steve.
Right.
Thanks for coming
to
us.
mate.
Thank you.
So we're back. That was really good, Steve. I really enjoyed that.
Thank you very much. I think I caught them on the hop a bit, especially Andy with his sort of hero or heroes of banding. He actually phoned me the next day to say it was a bit of stage fright, I think.
Really?
I'd caught him there literally on the hop. And what he said was really he had 3 people who he really looked up to over the years of banding was Jim Williams, similar to what John had said, someone stalwart of not just Northop, but of brass banding in North Wales and the whole of Wales.
I remember Jim.
Uncle Jim, he was always there, wasn't he? Northop, yeah.
And then the other 2 were Davy Thelwell, and he said that, he always had time for the kids, and, when the younger players were coming through, he always had time for them. And the other one was Bernie Thelwell.
Oh, yes.
Yes, and I hope at some point we're going to get hold of him to do an interview with us.
No, that would be a good one, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, I caught him he collared me in the supermarket, and I said, yeah, if you're up for it, and he's definitely up for it, so it's just arranging the time to do it, really.
He wasn't by the cucumbers, was he?
Don't think so. That sounds like another story.
Oh, no.
So then, Doug, What we got, mate? Anything?
All I would say really is that we really do need more people to contact us, and with a view to arranging a time and a place to record their brass band stories, or anything about brass banding really that they want to put forward.
Yeah, and it can be bands, can't they? They can tell us events they've got coming up or anything that we can promote for banding in North Wales and further afield if we can.
We'll take anything, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, you know, a lot of bandsmen know us anyway. They can get in touch directly, or you know, they can get in touch with our fantastic email address, which, as
everybody knows, the Brass Monkeys podcast at gmail.com. Is that right?
He's absolutely nailing that, Steve. He's really getting used to it now, isn't he? Boom! So, yeah, I mean, a plea for me, really, because I want to hear your stories so I can get them on my redemption slot. And like we said, we will protect the innocent, the name's the innocent. But it'd be just nice to hear some stories. I mean, I've got a few myself that I know of bandsmen, but I've got to ask him if I can use them. But other than that, it would be great to get the banding community to get in touch with us a bit more, and we can just get banding going again. That's the whole idea of this, really. So again, it's thank you very much. Thank you for listening and supporting us.
Yes, indeed. And it's a big thank you to everybody for everything they've done and getting in touch with us and what we have had so far. But it's a goodbye from the Brass Monkeys.